Hi, I'm Linda May, and I'm a reader here at Crystal Magic Psychic Center in beautiful Sedona, Arizona. And I'm here today to talk to you about this full moon period that we are beginning on the early morning on Saturday, January 3rd at 3:03 a.m. I love that. January 3rd at 3:03. Three threes. And that's Mountain Standard Time, so wherever you are, that means it will be a little bit different. So for example, on the East Coast, it would be at 5:03 a.m. And this particular full moon is known as the wolf moon. It's known as such due to the sounds of wolves howling through the long, still winter nights. In some ways, they may have done so due to hunger, but it was also a way for them to mark their territory and strengthen social bonds with other wolves and other wildlife. This particular full wolf moon serves as a symbolic fresh start for the new year. It's connected with new beginnings, renewal, and prosperity. And other names include the ice moon, the old moon, and even the storm moon. And there are many others, but those are the few most common ones. So as I've mentioned before, we do have a full moon when the sun and moon are considered in opposition. Astrologically, it means that both the sun and moon are in opposing signs, and at the time of this particular full moon, the sun is in Capricorn and the moon is in Cancer, and they are exactly opposed each other on January 3rd at 3:03 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, as I mentioned earlier. So the Cancer energy of the moon encourages us to value our roots and our families, because Cancer is usually about home and family and stuff like that. And at the same time, the Capricorn Sun encourages us to be resilient and to strive for achievements and a sense of duty and responsibility, because that's more of the Capricorn kind of energy. And the two of them strike a perfect balance when both are honored. Self-care is also an important part of striking that balance. So it does have to do with, the hearth and home, but also the work and, responsibility. So it's really quite a nice way to begin the new year. And aspect-wise, we have a few aspects at work right before the full moon, just after the winter solstice, when the sun moves into Capricorn. Actually, the sun moves into Capricorn on the day of the winter solstice, which was December 21st. And we find a trine between Mercury and Chiron, which actually supports healing in many ways. And then a little bit later, on the 30th of December, we have a square between Mercury and Saturn. And that can lead to some wonky communications at times, because Saturn usually does have to do with challenging us, lessons that we need to learn and stuff like that. And Mercury is all about communication. So do be careful about what you say, how you say it, and be responsible for everything that you do say at this time. So choose your words wisely, and then know on December 31st, which is just the next day, the moon sextiles Neptune, and that helps to resolve a lot of the practical matters that may have come up, partially due to those communications and any other things that may have come up. So the moon does oppose Mars on January 3rd, just after the full moon. The full moon is at 3:03, as I mentioned, and the moon opposes Mars at 5:37 a.m., so just a couple hours later. But the cool thing is, usually oppositions are not good, but in this particular case, it brings an opportunity for social activities, adventures, and even romance, which is an interesting, mix between Mars and Moon. But part of it is Mars is very masculine and Moon is very feminine. So that's part of those aspects at work. And most of the aspects in the week ahead are very harmonious, except for one suggestion, which is the day after the full moon. And it's an opposition between the moon and Uranus, and that's at 11:25 a.m. on January 4th. So the day after, don't be too rash about anything going on. But, it's interesting how you have it one way one day, the next day it's a little better. The next day it's a little wonky, the next day is a little better. But, just go with the flow, be as gentle as you can, and you should come out of it with no problems whatsoever. So we are now fully into the season of winter, because it just happened on December 21st. And it's this is known as the second of the three winter seasons. The middle season that we usually know as the season change is usually the middle of the actual 3 of the 8 full year. So the first of the winter seasons was Samhain. This is the second one. And as of December 21st, the sun entered Cancer, as I mentioned earlier, and therefore we're learning to let go of that which doesn't serve us anymore as we prepare to move on. It's a quiet time to explore the dark depths of our beings and to be grateful for the recent spark of the new sun child within which winter solstice brought to us, and to hold that light and keep it present within our beings going forward. So it is actually really kind of a magical time. It's like the return of the light. It's the shortest day and the longest night, and then the next day the light comes back. So it's just a perfect time to celebrate the holidays with the returning of the light. You know, it's so cool. So anyway, now what I'm going to do is the traditional Celtic tree calendar, which is based upon the moon cycles, with the new year beginning at Samhain, October 31st, which is what I said, the first of the winter seasons, but it's also the Celtic New Year. It has the tree for this period of it's December, January, because the new moon was was just a couple weeks ago, in the new January moon. So December, January moon cycle, the card for this time is alder, which is also known as fern. So this is the card, okay? And that's from this deck here, the Celtic Tree Oracle. And this provides both guidance, protection, and initiative. So it's also a balance between the masculine and feminine energies. So it's also really kind of cool. It's kind of in alignment with what I was saying earlier, especially the Capricorn energy. There is this element of leadership, power, strength, and initiative associated with this card. So this energy actually helps you to set your intentions for the year ahead, which this is, of course, the perfect time to do. You know, setting your intentions for the year to come is a wonderful habit to get into every single year. Sort of like our New Year's resolutions, right? Yeah. Okay, so now I'm going to start drawing the cards like I usually do. The first one is from this Druid Animal Oracle deck, which is my favorite deck. My favorite deck, always, as I mention every time. But I do love it. The messages are deep, and it's always amazing to me how they come out in readings as well as in these videos. Okay, wow, perfect. Couldn't be more perfect. This is the stag. The stag stands for protection and purity, which is one of the things we were just talking about. So the interesting thing about this is it is a time of protection. It is a time to be pure within, and that's part of setting our intentions for the year ahead and stuff like that. So he's like so protective of his herd. He basically thwarts any danger that seems to be approaching. And so this is a time for us to do that too, to be aware of the people in our lives, to be protective of them as much as we can, to care for them, you know, with a pure heart, and to just come from that. And I also sometimes think of this as the Father God watching over us and basically swaying our paths if we're about to go in the wrong direction a little bit, you know, so giving us inspirations to make a new decision so things go better for us and so that we stay on track on our own paths. So the guide, it's just, you know, a wonderful energy of purity and protection that we have, that we're welcoming in this time with. So that's this next full moon, that's great, right, perfect, just perfect with everything else I've been saying. So now the Druid Craft Tarot, same author, same artist. This one is my daily card pull that I use in the mornings. I do I pull every day, and I put it on Facebook. It's just a thing. I did this tarot class a few years ago, and ever since I did that class, I've been doing this. It just felt like, it's to me, it's like another message, you know, from the heavens or whatever that I can offer to people every single day. So we get Strength is our card, okay? Strength. And this is actually a really good card. Strength does stand for a lot of things. It does stand for having that balance between the wild side of us and the more gentle side of us. And you can see her right here with this boar, taking really good care of it. Strength it's really amazing because it is about striking that kind of balance. And it has to do with getting things done at the same time. Leadership skills is all a part of that. So that's, in many ways, this is very much in alignment with the Capricorn energy as well as the kindness of the Cancer energy. So couldn't be more in alignment with what we're doing. That's perfect. And now the Whispering Woods deck, which is the trees. They always have this simple, deep message for us. And the trees say humility. Very interesting. I don't usually get this card, but this is very interesting, and it is true. Flowers are unaware of each other's beauty. They bloom regardless. So this is about you recognizing, you can have humility in yourself. You don't have to show off and be some really big special thing and make everybody impressed with you. You can be in your own humility and just listen to your own inner guidance and just recognize the beauty in everyone, including yourself. That's going to keep you blooming. It's going to keep you blooming in your life. It's going to keep your life blooming. So be in humility. Don't be like ego-centered and all that kind of stuff. And this is going to take you where you need to go. And part of that is going to be because you have this protection of the divine God, goddess, whatever, the Father God. So beautiful card. Now I'm going to use the Sedona Spirit Wind deck. Sedona Spirit Wind. These are beautiful places in Sedona. We have so many sacred sites here and so many vortexes and everything like that. So we get West Fork, which is actually one of my favorite places. This is especially one of my favorite places in the autumn. But interesting, and this is very cool because it says, I break free from tradition and find my own path. So this is about you claiming your own individuality and recognizing who you are, what you are, how you are, and that's the message that West Fork has to give us, which is actually a very, very beautiful place. So I break free from tradition to find my own path. And to me, that's listening to that higher guidance that I was talking about, listening to those inner inspirations that you get. Those are what's going to lead you to where you really need to be. So it's good to keep in mind. And now this Light Bearers deck, it's a deck of basically angel guidance cards that are angels that are here to help us with our awakening, which is coming in the near future. And so let's see which angel we get this time. We get Archangel Constance. Archangel Constance. She says, your life has a purpose, as does all life. Happiness is the will of God, so look to what makes you truly happy, and your personal purpose will reveal itself. Your life has a purpose, as does all life. Happiness is the will of God, God, goddess, however you want to say it. So look to what makes you truly happy, and your personal purpose will reveal itself. And I honestly tell people this all the time, that our life's purpose is actually do the things that we really love to do, to follow our bliss. So this is right in alignment with that. And that is a perfect message to go into this new year with. The 2026, your life has purpose. Your personal purpose will reveal itself as you know what makes you happy. So keep that in mind as we go forward. And I will be back before the new moon on January 18th to tell you more about the next moon cycle. And in the meantime, if you would like a psychic soul reading or counseling in person, by phone, or Zoom, I am available at Crystal Magic Psychic Center most Mondays for a while, and most Friday mornings. So Monday afternoons usually, and Friday mornings. Monday afternoon may be changing in the middle of March, but in the meantime, I am here. So if you want to book an appointment with us, you can go to our website, crystalmagicpsychiccenter.com, and you can read about all of our readers and choose the one that you would like to go to. And I do want to wish you blessings of this full moon. Oh, and remember, you are always loved.